With good news for today from Baptist Press, I'm Brandon Porter. The Southern Baptist Convention's ethics entity is exhorting Congress to act quickly to guard undocumented immigrants brought into the U.S. as children from deportation. Chelsea Sobolik, Director of Public Policy for the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission, told an online audience the need for a legislative solution for Dreamers. The name given to children brought across the border illegally is acute because a federal judge struck down the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, or DACA, program last year. The Biden administration has appealed the ruling. The ERLC and the Evangelical Immigration Table have long called on Congress to provide a permanent solution for Dreamers because we believe this is a justice issue, Sobolik said. Our vulnerable neighbors are not adequately protected, she said. It's important for us to remember that Dreamers are not an abstraction. They're people who are created in God's image. Their entire lives and livelihoods are at stake right now. Andrew Moroz, teaching and vision pastor at Gospel Community Church in Lynchburg, Virginia, said he's communicating with his loved ones in Ukraine every day, as well as assisting his church with Ukraine-related relief efforts. Although Moroz permanently moved with his immediate family to the U.S. in 1999, much of his extended family and friends still live in the country. They did at least before the invasion began. The Gospel Community Church is supporting its pastor and Ukrainians during this time of crisis, both spiritually and tangibly. The church has set aside specific times to pray for the crisis in Ukraine, to raise financial support for Christian ministries in Ukraine, and even sent a missions team from the congregation to Poland to minister to fleeing refugees.
Good News for Today is made possible through our friends at the Voice of the Martyrs, a nonprofit organization that serves persecuted Christians around the world. Founded in 1967 by Richard and Sabina Wurmbrand, VOM is dedicated to inspiring believers to deepen their commitment to Christ and to fulfill His Great Commission, no matter the cost. Find out more and sign up for their free monthly magazine at vom.org/goodnews.
When Annie Armstrong heard of the plight of destitute ministers on the U.S. frontier, she saw a missions opportunity. She organized an effort to send relief through frontier boxes and help build chapels on the frontier. Ever the encourager, in 1900, Armstrong made a 4,000-mile, 40-day trip to Oklahoma via train, carriage, and horseback, with the hope of doing unifying work in the territory. You can read the full story of Annie Armstrong at baptistpress.com. Find more stories at baptistpress.com. Thanks for listening to Good News for Today. I'm Brandon Porter.